Welcome to Jazz Haven, broadcasting live from studios in downtown New Haven, Connecticut, at WNHHLP, on the web at newhavenindependent.org, and at WETFLP, the jazz station, South Bend, Indiana, streaming at jazzradio.wetf.org. You're with Stan, the man with the jazz.
Cradle me with southern skies and watch me with a million eyes. Sing me the sleep lullaby of a leaves. Cover me with heaven blue and let me dream a dream or two. Sing me the sleep lullaby of a leaves. I'm breezing along the breeze. I'm hearing a song through the trees. Ooh, that prime melody caressing the shore, familiar to me, I've heard it before. Ooh, that Southland, don't I feel it in my soul? And don't you know I've reached my goal? Sing me the sleep lullaby of a leaf. Cradle me with southern skies and watch me with a million eyes. Sing me the sleep lullaby of a leaves. Cover me with heaven blue and let me dream a dream or two. Sing me the sleep lullaby of leaves. I'm breezing along the breeze, hearing a song through the trees. The prime melody caressing a shore, familiar to me, I've heard it before. Ooh, that driving, don't I feel it in my soul? And don't you know I've reached my goal? Sing me the sleep lullaby of a leaf. Eyes, sing me the sleep lullaby of the leaves. Cover me with heaven blue and let me dream a dream or two. Oh, sing me to sleep lullaby of the leaves. I'm breezing along the breeze. I'm hearing a song through the trees. Ooh, that brown melody caressing a shore, familiar to me, I've heard it before. Ooh, there's something on, I feel it in my soul. And don't you know I've reached my goal? Sleep in a sleep, lullaby of the leaves, lullaby of the leaves, lullaby of the leaves, lullaby of the leaves, oh, lullaby of the leaves, lullaby of the leaves, of the leaves. We want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here and sharing this musical experience with us. We want to thank you on behalf of Mr. Eric Reed Trio, the quartet. Thank you so much.
Mary Stallings. Mary Stallings. Come on, let's hear it for her.
That was Mary Stallings, obviously, live at the Village Vanguard back in 2000 with Lullaby of the Leaves. Eric Reed and his quartet, Reed there on the piano, Ron Blake on the tenor sax, Vicente Archer bass, and Carl Allen on the drums. And we started Jazz Haven with tenor saxophonist Javon Jackson off his latest release with Peter Bradley, which is the original score and soundtrack for a documentary about a visual artist, Peter Bradley. And the tune we heard was Dizzy Gillespie composition, That's Earl Brother. And he's got Jeremy Menasia on piano, David Williams bass, McClinty Hunter was there on the drums. And Javon Jackson is originally from the Midwest. He played with Art Blakey in the Jazz Messengers for a period. And he now heads up the jazz program at the Jackie McLean Institute at the University of Hartford Hart School of Music. Coming up on Jazz Haven today, we got a jazz tune composed by Bruce Springsteen. We got new music from Dave Brubeck. We got first, we've got music from two stellar musicians who left us during the holidays. First up is Willie Ruff, who left us on Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2023. And we're going to hear Willie on the bass with his longtime musical partner, Dwight Mitchell. This is Con Alma. That's Leslie Coleman McCann, better known as Les McCann, on piano from his first recording with this group, the Roy Vinegar on bass, Ron Jefferson on the drums, and the group was known as Les McCann Limited. And it's off a release 1960 called Les McCann Limited Plays the Truth. And it's on Pacific Jazz, and we heard Les McCann's composition, The Truth. And Les left us on December 29th, 2023. He was 88 years old. He's most well known as, I guess you'd call it a protest singer of note, from his release called The Swiss Movement, where he was with saxophonist Eddie Harris. And the tune that became very popular was Compared to What? And ahead of that, we heard from the Mitchell Ruff Trio, which is, of course, Dwight Mitchell there on the piano, Willie Ruff on the bass, and Willie Ruff also played French horn, and they were accompanied here with, featured on the drums, Charlie Smith. And this was their first recording. It was recorded live in New Haven, Connecticut at the Playback Club on Winchester Avenue. And the club was owned by Dwight Mitchell and Willie Ruff. And they, as a duo, were the first jazz band to perform in Russia. They also played with the Boston Pops Orchestra. And as many of you know, he's the founder and original director of the Ellington Foundation at Yale University and the Ellington Jazz Series. The tune we heard there was Dizzy Gillespie's Con Alma with Soul. Jazz Haven Jazz Calendar is a quick rundown of some of the jazz in the area this week. It's Wednesday, January 10th, and each and every Wednesday at the Owl Shop Cigar Bar and Lounge, downtown New Haven, it's Kevin St. James and his quintet from 9 until midnight. And it's no cover. NMCC, no music cover charge. On Friday, January 12th, at the Friday Happy Hour Jazz, and that's all on vinyl. Join jazz historian and curator Frank Cochran at the Institute Library in downtown New Haven beginning at 5 p.m. And this week featured is the, he's got 3 little-known LPs. One from Dave Brubeck, and one from a duo with French pianist Marshall Salao and New Orleans soprano saxophonist Sidney Bechet. And the third one is Milt Jackson and Ray Charles, Soul Brothers. Also on Friday in Waterbury at the Palace Theater Poli Club, award-winning keyboardist Rachel Z. And she'll perform for 2 shows, one at 7 p.m. and one at 9 p.m. And this weekend at Connecticut's premier jazz spot, the Side Door Jazz Club at the Old Lime Inn. 3 nights of performance from pianist Bill Charlap. And I hesitated a moment there because I couldn't recall the sidemen. And the two sidemen are Washingtons. I call them the Capital Brothers. Peter Washington on the bass, Kenny Washington on the drums. They're not related, but fine musicians, play together a lot. And they're on one of Bill Charlap's latest recordings, which we'll hear in a minute. So that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Performances begin at 8:30 p.m. all 3 nights. And on Saturday, January 13th, it's at Historic Jazz Jam at Cafe 9, downtown New Haven, 4 to 7 p.m. All musicians are welcome to sit in after the first set. Featured this week, Dr. Gary Grippo on guitar, Jeff Fuller bass, and Barry Reeves on drums and trumpet. And finally on Monday, Martin Luther King Day, once again it's Pat Todd's Tuxedo Junction. It's swinging 17-piece big band, and they perform at the VFW Hall in Guilford. And special guest there is Jeff Fuller on bass. And the show begins at 7 p.m. That concludes the jazz calendar for this week. Go to jazzhaven.org for details, the complete calendar, and updates. Check out some live jazz this week. It's America's only original art form. And so now here's that trio that's going to be at the Side Door Jazz Club at the Old Lime Inn this weekend, all weekend long, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Bill Charlap with on piano with Peter Washington bass, Kenny Washington on the drums. And from their latest release, came out last year on Blue Note, we've got, it's called Street of Dreams. We've got Out of Nowhere.
I was bruised and battered, couldn't tell what I felt. I was unrecognizable to myself. Saw my reflection in a window and I didn't know my own face. Oh, don't leave me wasting away on the streets of Philadelphia. I walked the avenue till my legs felt like stone. I heard the voices of friends vanished and gone. At night I could hear the blood in my veins, just that black and whispery as the rain on the streets of Philadelphia. The night has fallen and I'm lying up away. I can feel myself fading away. So receive me, brother, with your faithless kiss. How will we leave each other alone like this on the streets of Philadelphia? Ain't no angel gonna greet me. It's just you and I, my friend. And my clothes don't fit me no more. I've walked 1,000 miles just to slip this skin.
Tenor saxophonist Joshua Redman off his latest release, Where Are We? And that's on Blue Note, featuring Gabriel Cavassa doing the vocal with Kurt Rosenwinkel on guitar, Aaron Parks piano, Joe Sanders bass, Brian Blade on the drums. And we heard the tune Streets of Philadelphia, composed by Bruce Springsteen. And ahead of that, we heard the Bill Charlap Trio. Charlap on piano, Peter Washington bass, Kenny Washington drums. And so their release came out last year, Street of Dreams, on Blue Note. And we heard the tune Out of Nowhere. Jazz Haven here, where we've got the music, and all you have to do is listen. Up next, we got Dave Brubeck, live from the Northwest, 1959. That's the Dave Brubeck Quartet recording live from the Multnomah Hotel up there in Washington State. Live in the Northwest, 1959. Paul Desmond on the alto sax, Eugene Wright bass, Joe Morello on the drums, and we heard the Basin Street Blues. We want to thank you for listening to Jazz Haven, broadcasting live from our studios here in downtown New Haven, Connecticut, streaming at newhavenindependent.org, and the Jazz Station with jazz all day and jazz all night, streaming at Jazz Radio WETF.org. And it's been my pleasure to be your host, Stan the Man here, and we hope you've enjoyed the music. We've had a great time bringing it, and we look forward to the next time when we'll see you on the radio. Taking us home is the latest from the Diva Jazz Orchestra, and featuring on this particular tune, Sue Giles doing the vocal, with Sheila Gonzalez on the alto sax. It's off their latest release called 30, indicating the 30 years that they've been the Diva Jazz Orchestra. And the tune we're going to hear is Every Day I Have the Blues, recorded live at Dizzy's Club, Manhattan.
So I was introduced to jazz as a small child, growing up in Queens, New York. But I grew up and life happened, and it happened, and it happened, and it happened. And I mean, the last 3 years of my life have been just like a mind blower. But it taught me something. It taught me how to sing some blues. So I'm about to get started, Sherry. Follow me. Every day I have the blues. Every day I got the blues. If you see me worrying, Daddy, you are hate to lose. Divas, don't nobody love me. Nobody seems to care. I said nobody loves me. Nobody seems to care. I've seen some hard luck and trouble, and you know I've had my share. I'm gonna pack my suitcase, move it on down the line. Pack my suitcase, move it on down the line. Ain't nobody worried and there ain't nobody crying. Every day I have the blues. I said every day I have the blues. Speaking of hard luck and trouble, you I hate to lose, yeah.
If your home was built before 1978, your paint or even the soil around your home could contain